So today I'm going to do a review of modern atomic theory, specifically the structure of the atom. The first model of the atom worth knowing is the Bohr model, which isn't entirely correct. It shows that electrons traveling in orbitals around the nucleus. And it's correct for the hydrogen atom, but not any of the others. And Schrödinger considered this question, and he thought up a new model, which is the wave mechanical model, where the electrons are in a cloud which is concentrated around the nucleus. Instead of traveling in orbits, the electrons traveled in orbitals, which don't have the sort of spherical shape which an orbital might have. And it's also worth noting that these electron clouds are 3D, and they're not 2D like on the paper. So in modern atomic theory, we have 4 principal energy levels, and they each have a certain amount of sublevels. As you can see, there's 1 sublevel for level 1, 2 for principal energy level 2, 3 for principal energy level 3, and so on and so forth. The first sublevel is called the S level, and principal energy level 1 has this as its only sublevel, but principal energy level 2, 3, 4, they each have an S sublevel, and they all look like these spheres. However, they get bigger as you go up levels. So the 2s is bigger than the 1s, the 3s is bigger than the 2s. Although the orbitals are often drawn as spheres, in the case of the 1s orbital, they're spherical, and others they're drawn as shapes, it's important to remember that the electrons are actually in a cloud within the orbital, and that this orbital just shows the probability of the electron. The electrons aren't evenly spaced throughout the orbital, and it's not a sort of container that keeps them in. In fact, 10% of electrons are outside of the atom, so the electrons just kind of fade off from the nucleus in this sort of cloud without a definite shape, because the probability of their being located farther out from the nucleus decreases as you go further and further away. So onto the p orbitals. The p sublevel has 3 different electron orbitals, and each of these is in this sort of infinity sign shape. Of course, it's 3D, but it helps me to think of them as infinity signs. And you can see that they're located across these different axes. So the 2px is on the x-axis, the 2pz is on the z-axis, the 2py is on the y-axis. And the 3D sublevel has 5 different types of orbitals. It's not actually important that you know them, so I'm just giving a rough approximation of them. They also have these weird infinity sign things, except there's 2 of them, and they face in different directions. But the third energy level doesn't only have those 3D orbitals in the 3D sublevel, it also has the 3p sublevel, so it has the p orbitals, and it also has a 3s, just like the second principal energy level also has the 2p and the 2s, and the shapes stay the same. I'm not going to get into the 4th principal energy level because you don't really need to know it, but it has the 4s, the 4p, the 4d, and the 4f, which I haven't looked at. So yeah, that's the structure of an atom, and those are some different principal energy levels and sublevels that you need to know for the final exam. Hope you enjoyed the video.